By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to manifest your dream life by design. So make sure you stick around till the end of the video because this one's going to be a game changer for you. Let's dive in. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tamie M. Joyce. I'm the founder of Tamie M Coaching, and I'm the creator of the Freedom class and the Ascension class. Please take a second to say hello and introduce yourself in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. So let's talk about how to manifest your dream life by design. First, you want to get clear about what you want. You know, I talk to people every day, and one of the questions I ask them is, what do you want? And here's how I phrase it. If you could wave a magic wand and have your ideal situation, say 6 to 12 months from now, what would that look and feel like for you? And you know, at least half the people I speak to can't answer that question. And I'm not talking to 20-year-olds. My clients are 40 plus. The majority of my clients are in their 40s, 50s, some in their 60s, and some in their 70s even. And they're not sure what they want other than peace and confidence, which of course is a good place to start. But other than that, they literally do not know what they want. And the thing about that is, you can't hit a target you're not aiming for. So start there. Get crystal clear about what you want, right down to the details. What would it look like? What would it feel like? What would it sound like? What would it smell like? Literally, feel into it with all of your senses daily. Here's the thing. If you showed up at the airport not knowing where you wanted to go, you wouldn't get very far, would you? Well, the same applies with creating and manifesting your dream life. You have to get clear and stay clear daily. Otherwise, how will you know whether or not you're moving in the right direction? And know that it's never too late to create the life you'd really rather be living. If not now, when? Number 2, decide. There is an incredible power in making a decision. When we are grounded in a clear, energetic decision, all divine benevolent forces get behind us to support us in moving in the direction of our heart's desire. Again, there is power in your internal certainty beyond what you might imagine. So make a decision. Once you're clear about what you want, decide that you will have it. You will find a way. You can and will figure it out. And be willing to step into the magic of life and have faith in something greater than yourself, knowing that you can and will have assistance when you need. All you have to do is align through clarity and the power of your personal decision. Place the power of your thoughts and words, your heart and your actions behind and in support of yourself. In other words, back yourself. Know your desired outcome and anchor into the belief that it is possible, or better yet, it's inevitable. And in doing so, all your stuff is going to come up. And this is where your work is. Question what you do and do not feel worthy of. What are you afraid of having? Challenge yourself around what you truly want. Then tell yourself the ultimate truth about all of the things. Who are you? Who are you becoming? And what are you worthy of? What do you deserve? Then act accordingly from that place. And when you don't like what you're living, when it isn't aligned with what you say you want and the ultimate truth of who you are, you figure out a way to move towards something different, something better, something more aligned. You decide. You do the mental work, you do the emotional work, you do the energetic work, and you back up that work with inspired action, doing the next right thing. And if you don't know what that next right thing is, you decide by affirming something along the lines of, all the answers and solutions I need are coming to me now. Thank you. This way, you actively and continually choose who you are and what you get to experience in this world, what you're moving toward. And you make that decision over and over and over until, each time carrying the frequency and anchoring in the power of your pure decision more fully and completely. And in doing so, you'll actually begin to embody your new truth, your elevated and perhaps impeccable even standards and boundaries, creating and attracting, knowing and being. and the continual choosing of what is and what is not aligned. What is and is not a match? What is and is not for your highest good or the highest good of all concerned? Aligned with the vision you have for yourself and your life, your best life. So decide. The power of your decision will, over time, anchor you into true abundance in all areas of your life and literally transform your mind as well as your experience. Number 3, care. Not love, not compassion, care. In other words, concern and focus. What do you care about? What do you spend your time, energy, and attention caring about, concerned with, focused on? And don't get me wrong here, I'm all about love and compassion, but where I'm going with this is, in the realm of manifesting your best life, the notion of care is something often seriously overlooked. And here's the thing. If you want things to be different than they are right now, different from your default position and circumstances, then there are going to be certain requirements. And by requirements, I mean things you're going to have to care about. Certain shifts and changes that need to be made. If you're okay with the way things are and no change is needed, then nothing's required. But if you want real lasting change to happen, specific requirements exist in order for you to be able to obtain the conditions you say you want. If those specific requirements aren't met, nothing changes. In other words, nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you want anything to change, you are going to be required to change what you care about and how you care, what you're concerned with and focused on, and from what perspective. Care is the generative principle behind creation. It's about what you're giving your attention to and helping to grow. What are you focused on? And how are you focusing? In other words, caring. Are you focused from a place of confidence, certainty, positive expectation, and decisiveness, backed up with inspired action, massive action even? Or are you focusing from a perspective of fear, doubt, shame, lack, and insecurity? Do you spend your time focused on the problem all the livelong day? Or do you care more about solutions to whatever problems you're facing? Tell yourself the truth. Are you focused on the things that you say you care about? What do you put your attention on and how? What do you care enough to spend your time on, to pour your vital life force energy into? That is what you're manifesting into the world on repeat. It's your care that generates the experience. What we care about day to day acts as the driving force of our thoughts and beliefs, which in turn acts as the driving force of our actions. When it comes to manifesting and creating your best life after narcissistic abuse, you have to care enough to know what it's going to take, and then focus all of your time, energy, and attention on that. Acquire the knowledge, develop the skill set, and then go get it. Act on it. Put into practice and apply what you've learned about what you're now choosing to care about. What we care about determines what we think all day long, what we believe to be true, how we behave, and therefore what we experience, what we call out of the ether and into our reality, what we manifest. So pay attention to what you care about and from what perspective, and choose wisely. When you care more about solutions than you do problems, when you care more about yourself and your personal well-being than seeking the approval of others, when you care more about living your best life as your best self and start thinking, feeling, and acting from that place, everything will begin to change for you for the better and fast. Number 4, commit to healing. It's very difficult to manifest and attract what you'd rather be living and experiencing with a mind, heart, and body full of pain, trauma, confusion, fear, and a mountain of self-doubt and limiting beliefs. If we don't commit to healing the crap that holds us back, we run the risk of bypassing, meaning never actually dealing with what we carry subconsciously that is affecting our efforts to manifest and create a better life experience. In other words, if we try to sidestep the real healing and recovery work, all we're really doing with our manifesting efforts is putting a nice thick coat of pink paint over a pile of manure. And the problem with this is, no matter what we try, nothing works because the manure is still there and it still stinks. So do your healing and recovery work. Specifically, do the work to heal your wounded inner child, no matter how old you are. We all have one. And he or she is the doorway to your brilliance and greatest creativity, your divine nature and personal power, your greatest joy, divine guidance, and your best life. True story. So make contact and do your healing work. Now comment below and let me know whether or not you're finding value in this video. Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you'd like to learn more about the possibility of working with me in one of my coaching programs, there's a link in the description below this video where you can apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team. Number 5, scripting, otherwise known as writing your reality in advance. And you want to do this from an I am first person present tense perspective. This is one of my favorite techniques when it comes to manifesting because it creates results and fast. It really works and very, very quickly. So make it a non-negotiable every day. Take 20 to 30 minutes to write out 3 full pages in your journal. Immerse yourself deeply in your ideal life, right down to the details. Imagine yourself living as if you have already obtained what you desire and be as detailed as possible. Include emotions and reactions to your environment and really work to muster the feelings within your body while you do this. There is power in the focused attention that goes with the written word. Combined with the power of consistency by doing this daily, preferably first thing in the morning, and feeling the feelings as if you're already living this experience, this will shift your internal reality. And as long as you can hold the vision, your outer reality will have to catch up. It's inevitable. Remember, your outside is a reflection of your inside. Scripting is a great way to shift your internal reality to align with the experiences you want to create and manifest. So your outer reality ultimately reflects back to you what you are now choosing to embody. And a great way to go even deeper in this process is number 6, visualize. Believe it or not, thoughts are things that actually affect other things. So consciously choosing the thoughts that we think and then images we hold in our mind literally affects the reality we experience. And visualization is by far the most effective technique to put into daily practice. Start by calming your mind with a mini meditation. Something simple like hand on heart, eyes closed, focusing on your breathing. And once your mind is calm, start visualizing a scene in which you can see yourself getting the thing or living the experience that you want to manifest and create. Like scripting, when doing this visualization technique, it's important to imagine from a first-person perspective and not visualize as if you're watching yourself in a movie. You also want to add the feelings that achieving your desire would produce in you so that it can manifest more efficiently. It really is our feeling state that acts as the magnetic force for what we call into our life. And remember to add as much detail as you possibly can to your visualization. When deep in your visualization, living your dreams and desires, what are you thinking, feeling? What does it sound like, feel like, smell like, taste like even? Get as many of your senses involved as you possibly can. And practice how you would feel. Really feel the feelings of how you would feel if you already had the thing you wanted. While you visualize, feel the feelings of having what you want. And do this for a minimum of 2 minutes twice a day and watch what happens. Number 7, shift your identity. Be willing to do the work to shift and up-level your personal identity. Who you identify as, literally. How you see yourself. What you feel about yourself, both consciously and subconsciously. In other words, transcend your poor self-image. Anything you carry, any limiting beliefs that say you're unworthy or less than, any deficiencies you have in the area of self-love and self-worth, all of this can be shifted, up-leveled, and healed when you do the right work. And to be clear, this takes work. That's right, real work. Consciousness is work, my friends. And guess what? You and your best life, your dream life, by design, you're worth it. So give yourself the gift. It's time now. And with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. But don't stop now. I have well over 100 more videos right here on YouTube for you to watch to help you better understand the detrimental effects of narcissistic abuse and, more importantly, learn what you need to do now to heal from the abuse so you can start living your best life in peace, confidence, freedom, and abundance. And if you want to go deeper with me, go to TamieMCoaching.com and learn about my unique tried and true process garnered over decades of experience and learn how you can become my client.